I think I now have got the piano working pretty well. I put a new power cord on it and put a new fuse holder on it. I actually used a vacuum cleaner cord, a salvage vacuum cleaner cord on this to give me good cord length in plugging it in. I had this plugged in up here just as an emergency disconnect in case a roll started to tear while I was rewinding it. It doesn't really have a shut-off switch on it. It stays pretty much hot all the time, and just the micro switch turns the system on and off. One thing about this micro switch, I had to kind of bend it down a little bit to release tension on the roll. I was still getting some tearing of the roll on rewind. It wasn't as bad as it had been, but sometimes it was still doing it. And I found that when I pressed down on this micro switch, it released it, the roll ran faster. And most causes of rolls tearing on rewind is because there's too much tension on the take-up spool. It doesn't allow the paper to float up and down. It causes it to get tight, and then if there's any skewing of the paper, it'll just kind of shear it off on one of these flanges. So if you can try and get this bottom roller with as little tension on it as possible during rewind, it seems to really improve the performance. So I'm going to try a roll now. Now you'll notice that because I've got the wooden piano cover on there and I've got the metal cover over the motor, that the whine of the motor is almost non-existent. You hear it just a touch, but it's very, very muted. So I need to press the start button until the roll contacts the micro switch. Now I can let go. The paper's pretty loose on here, which means it seems like it's rewinding pretty well. It's gotten nicked by problems on other pianos before, but it seems like I've managed to get it to where it rewinds without tearing the roll, because I got rid of as much tension as possible on the lower roller. so you can barely hear that whine anymore. I'll try and demonstrate it with another piano roll here, but I think I've got pretty good performance now from the Janssen piano.